All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the nation of Israel. Alright, I decided to go for a walk, right, and as you can see, right, it's fairly dark. It's fairly dark by where I'm walking, and you can probably barely even see me on the screen or whatever, man, and that just got me thinking. I was listening to one of the apostles talking, right, one of the apostles of Great Millstone, Apostle Arayamlab, right, and he was going into his lesson on the Roe v. Wade thing, where he's pretty much exposed how you women are demons, and exposed how the elites are taking away that particular law as well, in order to bring in in order to restrict people from being able to say my body, my choice regarding the MOTB, right, which is very true, and that's why these are our apostles, man, because they're able to see things from a different level and from a few levels higher than what actually gets put out there, man. But what got me thinking with how dark it is right here is if when that in that day when Yahweh sends his wrath upon the earth, man, right, places like this, as you can see right now, it's already dark and there's street lights, but they ain't really doing nothing to bring any brightness around here. But as you can see, it's already very dark, right? And what's going to happen in that day where Yahweh sends his wrath upon the earth is places like this that are dark like this with street lights, right? They're going to be real dark in that time when Yahweh sends his wrath upon the earth, and because all of these things are going to be taken away, there'll be power cuts in that time. So when you see stuff like this going on, when you see these street lights, they ain't even going to be there, right? And I've only I ain't going to say one time, like there's been a couple of occasions in my life where I've seen like power cuts where I've lived before, in different areas that I've lived around the UK. And when them things take place, man, you can't even see your hand in front of your face, man. You literally can't even see your hand in front of your face, because these cities that Esau's made everywhere around the world are they're pretty much concrete jungles, man. So any light that you might receive from the moon is blocked out because of how all of these buildings are set up, right? So in that day, things are going to be pretty much dark, and there's not going to be no light, man, and that's going to cause for a whole bunch of freaks to come out and cause havoc, man, right? And what does the scripture say in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter and the 19th verse? It says, a man shall have no pity upon their neighbour, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of their lack of bread and for great tribulation. So that's what's going to happen, man. That's what's going to happen in all of these places, man. I was thinking that, like, it's very dark around here, and in that day when all hell breaks loose, man, like, people are going to be stumbling and falling over themselves, man. There's going to be a whole bunch of chaos, to the point where the only way a man's going to be able to leave out of that and escape from these things is going to be if Yahweh's dealing with him. Because there's a lot of people that are tough guys, they might be able to fight and stuff like that, but that's in terms of being able to fight in a one-on-one, all right? And that's in terms of being able to fight against a man, or against one man, right? That's in terms of being able to fight against a man's hands and a man's feet and a man's elbows and a man's head, right? But in terms of actually fighting for real, a lot of these people won't know how to handle these things, man. And it's not about carnality that's going to make a man be able to escape the judgments in that day. It's about many other things outside of that, man. It's about many other things. But a lot of people think that carnality is going to be able to escape them out of these times, such as things like prepping, right? Things like being a tough guy, things like having a bunker, right? But none of these things are actually going to be able to make a man escape from what Yahweh's planning on bringing upon the earth, man. None of those things. Like, it's all well and good to do things like that, but those things are not going to be able to make a man. Those things are not going to be able to make a man escape from the judgment that Yahweh is going to put upon the earth, man. He's not going to be able to make a man escape what Yahweh is going to do. There's not going to be no tough guy that's going to escape from the judgments that Yahweh is going to bring upon the earth because he went gym, right? And was able to hit a one rep max that was much more numerous than what another man could keep. There's not going to be no person that's able to escape by their wisdom. There's not going to be no person that's going to be able to escape by their riches. It's going to be those people that trust in Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, that are going to escape in that day. But how this world is set up is to make a man trust in himself, but trusting in yourself ain't going to get you nowhere, man. Trusting in your own skills and in your own abilities isn't going to get you nowhere. And seeing how dark it is here as I'm walking is what really made me think on that even more, man. Right? Because if all the street lights was to go out right now on these particular roads that I'm walking on, even though on the camera it looks very dark, I can see where I'm going very clearly. On the camera it looks extremely dark, right? But if these street lights wasn't on, I wouldn't be able to see nothing. I wouldn't be able to see where I'm going at all, man. I wouldn't be able to see nothing anywhere. And that's what Yahweh's going to do, man, when he brings his wrath on the earth. Only those people that trust in him are going to be able to handle things, and there's certain people that are going to be able to escape certain situations through carnal means. But for the most part, ultimately, it's going to be the people that end up getting beamed up on them chariots. That's a thing that's going to be based on Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, man. It's not going to be a thing based on how tough you are or how much you go gym. And in every area on this earth, in several places on this earth, there's a few men that believe in the Lord, man. There's a few people that believe in God, right? There's a few people that are going to turn to Yahweh. The more and more this world gets crazy. But as it stands, man, I'm just thinking about that as I'm walking, man. Like, if all of these street lights was to go out, these people would be terrified, man, and it would be a very scary situation to be in, man. Because despite how much people want to think that they're tough, I think that they're hard, right? No one's that tough, man. No one's that tough. Even all of these professional athletes, with how strong they are, they ain't gonna be able to handle these things either. And they're gonna realize that there's more to life than how strong you are or how much you go gym, man. Right? There's much more going on. There's much more going on than that. A lot more. And seeing things like this, man, and like trying to be in the spirit more, man, makes you think on so like it makes you think on these things, man. That if Yahweh's not dealing with you when things go bad, then you're gonna find out. You're gonna find out, man, and you'll know. And that's why the scriptures say that the elect are preserved until the last time, and that when things go bad on the earth, that then shall people know who my chosen is, because they're gonna have a covering over them to escape out of situations that other people was not able to escape out of. And on that note there, I'm gonna end this lesson. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Makar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. Shalom.